new member, which is nice. We raised $100 for the veterans, which is better than nothing. And Mark had about 65 people show up for the first speech he gave at 12. His speech is about 40 minutes. He had a good time. It was a lot of work. My husband worked his butt off.
Now, where are you from originally?
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not going to lose the accent.
We're actually about doing that right now. We get started. This meeting started.
Okay.
So just let y'all know that we're live on YouTube for this meeting. So folks that can't join us or are interested in what we're talking about today will be able to view it there. And just to give you a quick welcome, my name is Ferdinand Rouse. I'm the Economic Development Director for the Vance County Economic Development Commission. And along with me, County Manager Perry will also be a part of this committee. She couldn't join us today, but she will be with us at future meetings. Mm-hmm. And just now, I'll go around and ask each of you to briefly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about why you want to join this committee. So I'll start with you.
My name is Angie Ryan, and I am interested in being on the committee because I am interested in the development of Henderson and Vance County. So to be part of such a celebration would be great. I look forward to working with everyone.
I am Barbara Harrison, the regent of the John Penn Daughters of the American Revolution chapter in Oxford, Granville County, but I live in Henderson, Vance County. I started inquiring about forming the committee 9 months ago because I thought it was a really great endeavor, and that Vance County and Henderson could really use the incentive for some sort of program. So I filled out the application and I am here.
I'm Tim Blackburn. I'm Vice President of the Vance County Historical Society.
All right. No, thank you all.
Tim is spelled T-E-M because it's short for Templeton.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you all for joining us and being a part of this committee. And it's only because of folks like you all that we can do these different events and make these events successful. So next, we're going to go ahead and start with nominations. So we're going to be nominating the chair, vice chair, and secretary. So if any of you all would like to be, I guess, the chair, please let me know. But
so who's not here today? That's the list we need.
Yeah, we need. Who is on the board?
So the folks that were a part of it, I think you already spoke about one, Miss Patty.
Yep.
Back in that, but I think it might have just been this group here. The only other folks that were listed were, I believe, folks that were from the news.
Yeah, 2 newspapers.
The newspapers.
Right.
So I think
so they're not on the committee. They were just I think they were
notified.
People.
Yeah, as a as we every time we do any type of meeting.
And
meeting.
Is Renee on the committee?
Well, yeah, she's on as a government. The government side. So me and her also will be here representing Vance County.
I nominate Barbara Harrison to be the chair.
More to the region. How often are the meetings?
So that's what we'll decide on today as well.
Okay.
So today's going to
hard to volunteer for a position without knowing how much time is required.
Yes.
Or how many meetings we might have.
Yes. So that's all that'll be decided on today.
Okay.
So if you want to, we can skip that portion and go about.
You make a good chair.
we'll come back to this portion and go ahead and start with talking a little bit about the background of the America 250.
Mm-hmm.
So and yes, kind of the obvious thing is that America 250 is based Congress last year decided that they want to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the independence of July 4th of 1776. So 250 years will be next year. And so to commemorate that event, they created that committee, and each state is going to be doing activities to coincide with the commemorating the 250 years of independence. So to that end, the state body, the North Carolina Department of Cultural Affairs, is running things for North Carolina, and them and several other counties have already begun the process of planning events, and officially it kicked off this year, April. And then we'll be going until, of course, 2026 is when there is the grand culmination of events. But you can continue to do events all the way until 2033. And so we've got a lot of counties are doing things now and partnering to commemorate any event that you do that kind of touches on this can be included in it. but any events that we do that is specifically America 250, they're going to want us to, well, we have access to emblems, logos, and things from the state that we can put on all that. And really just want to think about how we can either create new events, take existing events, and that kind of fit within the themes, overall themes of America 250, and see if we can make those align. So that's really what this part of this committee is: look at things that we have going on, new events, different interest groups that we might want to bring in that we think would be a good fit. And you all are going to be the ones to help decide kind of how the county does that, how we commemorate this 250 years.
So it doesn't have to be done in 2026, is what you just said?
So yeah, it doesn't have to be done. And well, 2026 is going to be where most folks are going to try to do it. But you can keep doing, this is going to be going on until 2033.
But the only funding you have is the $10,000.
Yeah. Whatever
is it a match? Because it was a match in April.
So I'll come back. I have to check on the different requirements, but there is grant funding that was available from the state that we could apply for to get. And once we were awarded that funding, it all have to be used for the endeavors you talk about.
Was Renee awarded for 10,000?
I'll have to go back and check on those.
Yeah, because you said at the committee meeting that you guys received the 10,000.
Oh, so yeah, if she told you that, then yeah, well, we have those.
No, she told us to the public.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we have those funds. Those funds will be used for putting on events and for this America 250 committee. Okay. And we did go forward with the board to do a resolution to do that as well, to go ahead and officially say that we're going to be a part of it. And that's
I watched the board for that one. Yeah. But I did know it was a match. It had become a match.
Yeah.
When they were running low on funds.
Yeah. So if there's a match requirement, we would provide that match. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you from, Ferdinand?
I'm from Eastern North Carolina.
Where down there?
Greenville.
North Carolina. And Angie, where are you from?
I'm from Vance County.
You're from Vance County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're the two Vance County ones. The reason I asked that is when we had the county centennial in 1981, all the people who did all the work were not from Vance County. They were people, but they did a lot of work, but they weren't from here.
Yes.
Well, I live in Vance County. I'm from there. Spend a lot of time in Granville County. Okay. Now, Granville County actually just formed their America 250.
Okay.
Committee, literally just formed it.
Do you have the logo?
Yes. So all that information there's like a shared drive that we have access to pull all that. Right. And they do want us they did send out an email saying that, as we are putting on these events, they're going to be related to America 250, make sure that we use their logo and information. Right. But we have to pay for the printing.
Can I have a copy of the agenda?
Right. Well, yes, we would have to pay for any type of printing.
Right. Yeah. There you go. It says at the bottom they're going to continuously update the agenda.
Yeah.
So that's why I put the website at the top. This is a radio station website.
Okay.
So that's the background. So something that we can, I guess we all don't have to decide is what the goal of this group is going to be for America 250. What would you like to see us do in relation to it, or what existing events you think will work well with America 250 that maybe we're currently doing? I guess like you spoke to Granville County, since they got one of these, we may be able to collaborate with some things with Granville.
Yeah, because they got 10,000 also, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And in 1776,
we were
Granville.
We were Granville. But it doesn't mean we have a working relationship with
No, it does not.
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't really know anything about politics. Not actually allowed to be anything to do with politics. So.
Yes, and Warren and Franklin were all part of Granville at that time.
So I put that down that we could potentially partner with Granville.
Because I tried to find out if Mark Pace was going to go on to the Granville County Committee, and he's not. He doesn't have enough time.
He's got more than he can say gracefully.
Well, I was hoping to get somebody that was on the Granville Committee so that I'd have like an in, but I have not found anybody yet.
Well, no, that should be easy enough. I talked to the director over there, and we do have, actually, I'm on a few committees with the director and the tourism director there for Granville. So I imagine between those two, one of them will know.
That's what I was thinking, that maybe if the two counties got together, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Did you have an idea of what you want to do for Vance County or Henderson?
Well, we have a lot of resource type things, for our county. I mean, one is the lake. I know, during July 4th, there's the fireworks and stuff over there. So I think that would be a good start, even from, starting in 26 on into, did you say 33?
Well, yeah, that's how long.
So, I mean, that's something celebrating every year already. So putting in, the America 250 along with something like that.
Would be great,
Mm-hmm.
because I go there all the time.
Well, I mean, it's already a crowd of people that attend, from all over. People are camping and, but that's something that's already done, and we could do something in collaboration with them. I don't know who that would be, have those
the
contacts.
fireworks? But that's Vance County Tourism.
Did you have anything?
So it would be great to
Yeah, I got
talk
a
with
list.
someone
Oh,
there
awesome.
and see how we could, celebrate that together.
All right. That's what Mr.
Okay, so my first thing is, this is something the Historical Society has discussed. We would like to put banners on Main Street and Chestnut Street and Breckenridge Street for all persons who were killed in any of the wars from Vance County, from World War I to Iraq. There are 125 of those, and this is a mock-up of the banner. We already have 60 photographs. That's the key problem, getting the photographs.
Oh, wow.
And the plan would be to have these banners deployed. I'm not sure exactly what.
Right, they're two-sided.
They're two-sided.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly. This is the most, as far as we know, this is the most highly decorated
Better?
person from that group. It's Morris Link from Kittrell. He was with the Harlem Hellfighters, and he was awarded the Croix de Guerre by the French, which is their equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor. So they will either look like this, or if there is any kind of copyright issue, they may look like this. So that would cost.
Yeah, and you said there was 125?
Yeah, 125 of them. They're actually on the list we were working from, which came from the American Legion. There were 170 names. 170 names on the list, but 45 of them turned out to be from Henderson County.
There we go.
So once we got that cleared out, we got the number that we were actually going to be dealing with.
And how much were they a piece?
They're $150 a piece, plus in conjunction with them, we would want to put a permanent memorial book in the Vance County Museum, at the entrance of the museum in Perry Library, that would have a laminated page with biographical details about who they were. And so we applied for a grant from the John William Pope Foundation, and we believe that they are going to act favorably on the grant. So we think we will have the funding. They did inquire if there was a logo of the 250th celebration. They would like that on the banners if there is such a logo. So that's.
Who's printing the signs?
Huh?
Who's printing the signs?
These were done for us by Quick Print here in town. And you wouldn't believe what this photograph originally, what this was like. 90% of the photographs we have are from newspapers of the period. And so they are horribly grainy. And Warren found a program, Chat GPT will make it clear and all that, but it will totally change their features because they're worried about people using Chat GPT AI. But Warren found a program that doesn't change their features and clarifies the photos. So we've already got 60 of the 125, and we haven't really even begun. The biggest effort that's going to be involved in it will be getting people to track down the ones we don't have photographs of.
So how many photographs do you have?
We have 60 at this point.
So you have 60 of the 125. Do you have a list of names?
Oh yeah, we've got notebooks with all of the people and the information we've acquired so far about each of them. So, and we've indicated on there whether we've got a photo or not. So I can share that with whoever's interested. I can get that list. And we had talked, the whole issue was really when to deploy them, whether you start, January 1 or whether you wait till Memorial Day and start then, I don't know. But we had talked about doing them war by war. So you would take World War I. There were 22 who were killed in World War I from Vance County. There are 84 that were killed in World War II. You would take you would deploy the World War I banners first and put on a program, historical society program, and maybe partner with the Friends of the Library and whoever else, DAR, whoever wants to be involved in it, put on a program about each war and weave into the story what we know about the people from Vance County that were killed in it. It is interesting that when you get in World War II and just tracking the places people died, it actually tracks from when you get from D-Day, you track all the way into Germany with people killed along the way, from Vance County. So, and they're very interesting stories. The
story is a book, and the banners are just a picture. Were you talking about unveiling them both simultaneously? Because the book is a lot of work.
Yeah, probably.
You want to do them simultaneously?
Yeah. Well, see, we're not doing them all at the same time. You're doing 22. The first 22 would be the ones from World War I, and you get those written up and put them in the book. And the book will be we have a stand in the, have you ever been in our museum? Well, when you first walk in.
I spent a lot of time in the room up there.
Good.
For the Henderson Dispatch papers, the books.
So when you walk in, museum, let me get to the museum.
I assume you're missing photos from every single war, correct?
There's only one from Iraq, and we can get a photograph of that guy. That won't be a problem. So, yes, the answer is yes to that.
Yes, you're missing something from every
because we're trying to get them in uniform, not just a photograph, but in uniform. But I suspect we can, if we know the rank and branch of service, we can, I know I have one of the entrance. I suspect we can tell AI that information and it will put them, what we've got is their senior photograph from high school, from a high school annual. I suppose that can be worked into it. Where is that? Well, I can't find it right now.
So your historical association has been working on it. You have members of your society doing this.
Yes, here it is.
So you're not looking for somebody to.
That's a stand when you walk in. It's about, this high and this wide. And those pages are significant people from Vance County, and they're laminated and they're in a loose leaf notebook.
Right.
So you can add to it. And that's what we would do. We'd have a display thing around it, and so there it would stand next to this one. So that's the idea for that. And if you all have ideas about how you think it ought to be deployed or unveiled or rolled out, the thing we are going to need help on is tracking down photos. And I think the best way to go about that is through the churches. Many times in the obituaries, they say what church that person was in. And being able to track family members, an unusual number of them are buried at Liberty Christian Church down towards Epsom.
The veterans are buried there?
Yeah, these people are. Yeah.
The 125?
Yeah. So about 20 at least are down there.
Wow.
And where you don't know, okay, who would I call? Who was in this family who might have a photograph? Well, you can contact the church and they will know if there's somebody around. But that will be part of the effort. The second issue, the second event is the Veterans Memorial. Is that what you were got the $100 for?
We do Wreaths Across America.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'll be at Raleigh on December 15th, laying wreaths to the veterans' grave.
Okay, this is a monument that is to be erected next year, right below the police station, across from the library. And it will be like this tall, and it will have, it's 6 stones, carved stones, forming a, what is that, hexagon? And over it is a bronze eagle with his wings spread. And it's to commemorate the veterans from Vance County, not necessarily people killed in action, but anyone who served in the military. And
This was the one that was presented to the city last month.
Yes, correct. That's the one.
Okay.
And it's got each face of the monument is a different branch of the service. And we have we've had discussion. The company that's supplying it has their stock photos about substituting local people. For instance, we have a great photograph of Dr. Walter Brodie Burrell on board a ship with an admiral pinning the Silver Star on him after a ship with an admiral pinning the Silver Star on him after a heroic action saving people from a fire on the deck of the ship. And there are other photographs. We have an incredible photograph from World War I of a guy who was not in the Harlem Hellfighters, but he was one of the few officers, black officers, and he was from here. He went to the Institute, lived right next to, in the neighborhood right behind there, and there's a great photograph of him. But and there's one of Molly Wren, who was a nurse during World War II. Great photograph of her. And I don't know if you all know about, I'm terrible with names right now. There was a lady who was born here in Vance County.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tim Hall. I'm supposed to go to the America 250 committee.
This is
This
it.
is it. I
Welcome.
was down West Young Street down there.
Oh.
Very sorry about that.
Please.
Being late.
You're fine. I figured I'd be the one lost.
So there's a movie out right now, or recently, of this lady. She volunteered. This was a black lady. She volunteered in World War II, and she was in the Women's Auxiliary, and she was assigned to the postal department. And they sent her to like Liverpool or Manchester, England, to a room about bigger than this, full of undelivered packages and letters to the servicemen, the soldiers. And she took charge and straightened the whole thing out. And she did such a remarkable job that they sent her to warehouse after warehouse to straighten it all out. And eventually she became the highest ranking female officer in the American military. She was born down in Kittrell. She only lived there 2 years. Her father was a theology professor at Kittrell College back then. But she is originally from Vance County, so she would be a great one to put on there. So we've got there's some great people that could be worked into that, and scenes that can be worked into the monument, the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
So they've already started raising money, and their goal is to have it finished by July 4th.
Really?
Yeah,
Installed?
yeah, if they can do it, pull it off.
And who's they?
That's a stretch. Hartwell Wright is the person who is the main person working on that.
Hartville, right?
Hartwell,
Hartwell.
Hartwell. Okay, so that's the second one.
Is Wright with a W or an R?
Yeah, W. Now, another friend of mine, Betty King, who is our sort of ninja researcher, and she's done things with the DL.
I know who she is.
You know
Yeah.
Betty?
Yeah.
She's from Stovall, or lives in
Yes,
Stovall
I
now.
just saw her Saturday. Yes.
So Betty, she would like the library to have on its website, and the library is planning to expand its website to include a complete community calendar that will keep up with things. But she wants it to not just calendar events, but to add in links for videos that you can find at home on YouTube or something like that, that relate to the events or the things that are being explored during the
America 250,
during the America 250.
which North Carolina, the America 250 already has on their website.
They're good. Okay.
Right, you can just go there and it tells you everything in North Carolina as they're constantly being added.
But we would want to localize it and make it
Right, exactly.
clear to.
Mhm.
Okay, then an idea I thought about, and this is just right off the top of my head. I have no idea whether they've already set their performances or could work something in. It would be great if McGregor Hall would put on 1776 Broadway musical. And somehow, I don't know if you all have ever been to a Christmas carol that they do over in Raleigh every year, but for years they have worked in local personalities like the mayor of Raleigh or something like that. We would work into the script somehow, John Penn,
Of course.
enacted by none other than
Mark Pace.
Mark Pace.
You know, he just started doing Ben Franklin.
Has he?
Yes, his mother came up, I'll tell you, his mother came up with the whole outfit.
So anyway, if somebody could, meet with them and see if that's a possibility, they could do it, using the local rec players. If there's I don't know whether there is you would think that play would get revived in the 250th, and there'd be some Broadway production that goes around.
There might be something on the North Carolina website so far.
And if nothing else, we could
And
show
what's
the
the
movie. They made a movie of it. We could show the movie at McGregor Hall and have Mark, just
Yeah, step in.
introduce it.
Yeah, not quite like Rocky Horror, but have him step in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that seems doable, that one.
So that gets
And what's it
you
called? 1776?
76. It won.
And it was a movie?
First,
I read a lot of books, I don't watch a lot of movies.
First, it was on Broadway.
Okay,
And it won Tony Awards, and it was a celebrated play at the time, and then they made it into a movie.
Now, sir, you can introduce yourself and tell us about what organization you're with and what brought you to this committee.
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Tim Hall. I'm the K-12 Social Studies Instructional Coordinator for Vance County Schools. And our district was asked to place somebody forward. I seemed like a natural candidate, and then I put my name in and I was selected for the committee. So I'm excited to be here and be part of it. I'm also working with Pennsylvania and their America 250 project as well. Doing some curricular frameworks for them. So I'm here to help out, assist, and support.
All right.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And we were just at the overview of local goals and opportunities. So do you see any opportunities or have any goals or anybody we can participate with in the school system or within, I guess, throughout the county?
Well, so most definitely what I would like to see is whatever content that we are able to put together is put the right lesson plans and frameworks for our teachers to use K-12 and incorporate into their classrooms. So because there's definitely as far as the scope and sequence for social studies, there's room for it in 4th grade and 8th grade, but there's also room for it in other areas as well. And then we can incorporate that into our classrooms. Those local histories are very important for our students. It helps them develop their own civic agency in relation to what they're doing in the community.
Okay, now you say that, is there a possibility that some of these students could do some research? Because Mr. Blackburn was just talking about how we've had folks that were in Vance County natives that died in wars, and that we need to kind of find information about them, pictures and such. Would that be an opportunity?
We're looking for the photos.
The photos.
Right.
Yeah.
Of different people.
There's 125 veterans. He's found 60 photos so far. This is the most decorated person in Vance County.
Nice.
A great one, right? And, but he's missing the photos for the remainder.
He was in the Harlem Hellfighters.
Oh,
If
that's
you know
awesome.
about them.
I do.
Okay, yeah, he was in the Harlem Hellfighters.
So it's
Yeah.
a two-sided sign, and then we hang them up throughout town. And what's the street? 2 streets you were talking about?
Garnet Street, the main street,
Right.
and Chestnut.
And Chestnut, right?
That runs parallel, because we've got so many of them. And they would run all the way from Andrews Avenue down to Dabney Drive, and then run them down Breckenridge in front of the library.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's an opportunity for that, as long as we have some guidelines and framework and maybe some rubrics associated with the class assignments on how they would do that. I mean, that could be extension from the class as well. Another thing, again, back to the other group that I'm working with the Pennsylvania's 250, what they're thinking of doing is having first of all, of course, students will work with their local histories, regional histories, and then they're going to go to their own family histories and bring those into the mix. And then actually exchange those histories in some sort of way, and then be able to connect with other students across Pennsylvania, and just to kind of work on that diversity piece.
Just on that last point, while I'm thinking about it, as you can see, there's nobody here but Ferdinand, who's black, and he's not from here. But the oldest families in the county now are black.
Mm-hmm.
All the oldest families are black. We now have there are no White Hawkins left. There are no White Hendersons left. But there are plenty of black Hawkins and plenty of black Hendersons. And you can run a list of the original families that came here, and you'll find in most instances that that black people are from the oldest families in the county. And that's something that probably most of them have no idea about. You know?
I imagine the oral history is definitely, they have an understanding of where their roots are from. And then in relation to that with the students, that would be an opportunity for them to really unearth more of that.
Yeah.
So, and then bring that to the forefront during this celebration, you know.
As far as the literature and videos that you were looking for American history that you wanted to introduce to the schools?
Yeah.
I'm Barbara Harrison, John Penn Oxford Regent of the Daughters of the American Revolution. They have all of that available to you at a moment's notice. No schools in Granville are even participating in it. For some reason, they're just not doing anything, but they're actually looking for what they offer for free.
Look, if they're offering for free and we can vet that and take a look at that.
Yeah, you can offer an ungodly amount of American history videos and everything else. The Daughters of the American Revolution, nationally from Washington, D.C. They're all professionally done.
Right,
And I just don't have a outlet to send them to because I never had any rapport with Granville.
right.
Zero. They're just not interested.
Of course.
But you appear to be interested.
Well, I definitely am interested in inquiry and bringing good resources into the classroom. We have adopted a social studies curriculum 2 years ago, which is a good social studies curriculum, and we want
What's it called?
social studies curriculum in the classroom.
Oh, okay, I thought you had a special name.
McGraw-Hill is the name of
Okay.
the group. But we adopted that and we brought that into the classroom. It's really good stuff, but you always want to, with everything that you're teaching, to bring more into the classroom, vetted sources that help enrich the classroom.
Well, see, I had thought about approaching Vance County because I'm from Vance County in Henderson,
Right.
out by the lake. And, but I'm the regent for Granville County in
Right.
Oxford. But that gets me to, and there is no DAR chapter. It went defunct about 6 years ago called Old View. So there is no DAR chapter to offer it to you.
Right.
I am the closest one. And so I should be able to offer it to every county.
Seems
And what
logical
are
and
the
reasonable.
materials? What, does it have videos?
Oh,
and
they
stuff?
are pushing the America 250 like,
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
mean-
And it's all very nicely done.
Yeah.
And it goes from 5th grade to 8th grade. They're set up for that way. And then 9th to 12th.
Yeah.
And then they have 26 grants available, scholarship grants in North Carolina. I can send you that.
Please.
The portal opens November 1st.
Yeah.
And it's open till January. It's open to everybody.
Yeah,
In the
we-
entire state of North Carolina.
No, we did get some DAR stuff maybe a year or two ago. Somebody sent me something.
That was very nice of them. I don't know who it was.
And I dutifully sent that to
I'll
my
give you my card.
teachers and all that, but
Yeah.
please give me your card. I would
Okay.
like to take a look at those materials and see how we can incorporate that into the classroom.
Yeah.
But back to what I can offer out is, taking some of the content, some of the things that this committee is putting together and be able to put that into this classrooms and teachers' hands in the right way to make them, to give them that opportunity to use it well.
Mhm.
What we ought to reserve some of that $10,000 for is some prizes for students. If we're going to have either essays or projects or something like that,
Right.
it would be great to have a series of prizes that would be an incentive to them to get, and then do something at McGregor Hall to recognize all of them.
Mhm.
Well, I think that would be great as well. I think another prize would be to provide the funding to have students be able to travel as part of the state National History Day competition, especially if they had a display or something associated with Vance County to bring that to fruition, because you go through a local competition, then a regional competition, and then the state competition.
And who sponsors that?
The North Carolina Museum of History. I've been working with them for many years.
Okay.
So you have,
It's the state and local history competition.
yeah, it's actually a national competition. It's
I was gonna say
National
it's
History
national.
Day.
Right.
But they start at the state level, and so all the districts participate. If they have a group, a National History Day group, those students participate in a regional competition. If they score in the top 3 of the regional competition in a particular category, then they move on to the state competition. They score in the top 3 category, they go on to the national competition in Washington, D.C.
And what's
Okay.
the national competition in Washington, D.C.? What do they get for the finals?
What
What do they win?
Just like a medal and I think there's actually scholarships associated with the national competition if they win.
What day is National History Day?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
And I
So
don't
it
know
will be
either.
in the spring.
Shame on me. I
Yeah,
in the
said,
spring?
it's in the spring. The
Well-
regional competition is early spring, and the state competition is in the late spring, and then the national competition is usually
This is
June,
when-
July.
I was gonna say, it must coincide with the DAR's national competition. They have a district, national, state. It's almost the same time frame.
maybe.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't know the
And what are
DAR's
these-
timeframe. but
What are these, what kind of projects do they?
So they do performances, they do websites, they do, like exhibits. That they also do individual, competitions. They act out something themselves.
But no essays.
No essays. Oh, yeah, they do essays. There is a research paper, one, not one that people really pick often,
Yeah, I know.
but the exhibits they pick often.
I
Yeah,
imagine they
yeah.
would.
And
That's interesting.
documentary is another one. If I haven't already said that one. That's a great competition. It's really, because it really teaches students to dig deep into research, like we were talking about research.
Right.
It gives them to dig deep into research. They become historians and they really produce a thesis and they support their thesis with research. So.
And so it seems like one of the things that we wanted to do today is think about key focus areas. So it seems like something that's I've kind of been able to tease out is that education is going to be a key focus area. Getting students involved in America 250, helping them either through research, uncover some of the folks in Vance County and their own family histories that played a part in shaping America. And then possibly they can use those things that they learned through that to go on to a larger competition and incorporate it in something else larger, on a larger scale.
I'm so glad you can.
I'm glad to be here. Again, I very much appreciate the America's 250 and involved in several places.
Have we ever had a local group?
Yes, when I was a teacher here, yes.
Okay.
And we went to the regional competition, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I want to add something before I forget. When I was reading the fine print of the grant and the match issues, because I read, it was like a gazillion papers, I read that. It said that anybody on the committee that had actually put in a lot of hours to any one project offset the money for the match.
Okay.
I have put in a tremendous amount of hours for the last 9 months on one project that's an America 250 project. But I don't know when it's going to actually come to fruition. But it turns out that the US 158 business from Henderson, which goes on up to Oxford. It's 13 miles long. It used to be called Route 57 in 1927. I believe they changed it to US 158. So that was named in 1927 the John Penn Highway. But officially, they have never,
That's what you
ever
told me
put the
about.
signs up.
Now,
Oh, let me tell you, I'm still working on that for 9 months. Because it was granted in 1927, they don't have the paperwork that I was able to find. But it goes to both counties. It's 13 miles long. Right. So what I'm trying to do is get those big green highway, the NCDOT highway signs that says John Penn Highway. You're not allowed to change it once it's granted. It's been granted. And so now it's just a matter of actually getting the signs made. So they've never had this old a request for, a highway that was granted. They no longer grant anything longer than 5 miles to do a veterans or memorial, a police officer that passed away. But ours is granted at 13 miles long. And it's the entire distance, which would probably be about 4 signs, which is why I called him, because I'm like, that's going to be a lot of money. Yes, but I've been working on it a really long time. But my hours, I would gladly give to you to offset the match so that Vance County does not have to match the full amount.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. And I'll look into the match amount and see.
It was, yeah, that's what it was in April when they were running out of money, but they must have changed.
No, I'll check and see.
Okay.
So I wasn't here when y'all introduced this. So he was with the Harlem Hellfighters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so we do, of course, this
He's
is
from
in our
Downey
curriculum.
Kitchell.
Yeah,
He's Downey.
this is our curriculum. It's like this is awesome. Like we can incorporate things like this into our curriculum so well. I mean, and kids will, just respond to it. I mean, it's definitely culturally responsive. It's what the students need. So this is awesome. I really appreciate this.
Well, I'm so glad you came in with that.
The idea that Mr. Blackburn put forward was that we were thinking about how to break it up, but preliminary, it was breaking it up by wars. So World War I, World War II, then Iraq. And so that's kind of putting up these banners, I guess, around those main thoroughfares. And of course, incorporating on the banners themselves, the America 250 logo.
And how what's the distance of where those banners would be located, and what are y'all thinking about that?
You know where the car show banners are?
Yeah.
Right now? These would replace the car show banners. And go, but they would go for a further distance because there are 125 of these soldiers. So.
And each one is $150. He has 60 photos so far. So that's how many photos he's short of hitting that 125.
So what would be awesome is like if we could get a just a short bio and a quote with each one. We could do. There's a lot of things that we could do with that. Just
You weren't here, but he does have.
He has all that.
Some
He's gonna speak
information
up right
already.
now and
Yeah.
tell you how he has that.
So I've only done find a grave for each of them, but some of these find a graves, they will, for instance, for him, he's buried up in New Jersey.
Oh,
In the church where he's buried has added a whole biographical thing about him to the Find a Grave website. So I've already printed down all that stuff. And I can make a copy of the whole book. I have 2 notebooks this thick. I can give you what we have so far.
Right.
And that does not yet include Betty King has not gotten to me what and the problem with Betty is she's too thorough. She will find, every time she finds something incorrect on Find a Grave, she contacts Find a Grave and gets it straightened
well, thank
out.
goodness she hasn't found my 1600 yet on Find a Grave.
So
But what
anyway.
about Ancestry.com? Do you have that in the
She-
library?
We have it. I don't know how to use it. She uses it. She's got about 4 or 5 different resources that she's checking on all of them.
Okay,
So she's got access to it.
Yeah, I love this one.
okay.
See, this is something that I could bring to teachers in my next PLC meeting, and we could do a quick review of the Hellfighters and what resources we have with them, and then they introduce this, they would grab onto that.
That's
They would
great.
bring
And
it
it's
to the
very
classroom.
much connected to the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was,
That's perfect.
it's all connected.
We have access to the NC America 250 logos because we're a committee and that's what we're trying to, we would need to get the logo to put on each sign.
And I'm sorry to get us distracted. I got excited with this.
But that's
So,
good.
That's Mr. Blackburn, I believe Mr. Tim was not here when you were talking about the book would you explain that to him
Oh,
too? So I
yeah.
think that's important.
We are associated with this because there's no biographical stuff on this other than just their rank and branch of service.
Right.
Rank and branch of service in the war they were in. We're going to create a memorial book on a stand up in the Vance County Museum on the 2nd floor of Perry Library.
Okay.
And we already, this up in the Vance County Museum on the 2nd floor of Perry Library.
Okay.
And we already, this is,
He can pinch it. He can make it bigger if he needs.
this is a stand that's up there now about,
Oh, yeah.
remarkable people from Vance County. So this would be beside it. It would be the same kind of thing.
Okay.
It would be beside it and it's loose leaf.
Yeah.
So we would, each time we get a biography written up, it'll go in there permanently.
And then we could tell the teachers, like their STEM middle school, they're going for a field trip to the library. Next week, there's a panel discussion about Ruby Bridges. I created a lesson plan for that so that they can get ready for that. And they're going to go to the library, and then we could incorporate that stuff as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm here to support.
Just for your information too, since you're so interested in this, I don't know if you ever saw the Young Indiana Jones series.
I did.
Okay. You know that with each episode, Lucas created documentaries.
He's on YouTube.
And there is a documentary of the Harlem Hellfighters.
Yeah.
It's about a 30-minute documentary, and it's great.
There's a graphic novel. We use a graphic novel for our students. Like there's a graphic novel telling the tale.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, so very good.
So no, we've already kind of went into naturally the brainstorming of ideas. It seems that we settled on doing the banners, trying to find a little bit more of the history into some of the curriculum for the students. And we've already involved the schools, and we're partnering with the Daughters of the American Revolution as well to help make this happen, along with the Historical
Society. So we're pinging a lot of boxes.
Yeah, that's right. So we got all of these folks as partners. And so,
and we did talk about, you may know about the musical 1776, about seeing if McGregor Hall might put it on, or at least get the movie and show that, and you know, have it so school children could come for that. And it would be great if we could also get the community college has, or maybe does the high school have a band?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, why don't they do patriotic music? You know, have a concert of patriotic music at some point during the.
Well, that sounds like
2026.
good. That sounds good to me. But I'm social studies. But
Yeah,
I definitely will. Mr. Mark.
It's hard to get kids to be excited about America 250. I mean, I struggle.
Well, I think if you connect it to their lives and make it relevant, I think that's beneficial. And I think definitely things like this will make it very relevant.
Yeah. So I guess the summary of our decisions is that we're going to partner with the historical societies, schools, and reach out to McGregor Hall to see if they can do a production of 1776 to coincide with America 250. So those are some percentages named. And then I guess a little bit more procedural. The big focus for a lot of the groups is to do something for July 4th next year.
And you had that idea about the fireworks.
The big
Which
fireworks.
it already is happening, so
Right. We
it
just
wouldn't
need
be
to
bad
add
to
some,
just tag in
the
there.
America 250
Yeah,
logos
the logo
everywhere
there.
and
Well, yeah,
celebrate
decide
with
what,
them.
what do you want to hand out? Because basically we're gonna, like at Stovall, I just handed out 500 flags and patriotic pinwheels. Everybody wants something.
Yeah.
Right. Figure out what the paraphernalia is that people, the audience would like.
Mhm.
And one paraphernalia that we could provide would be like what this committee has put together as far as additional information about the local history associated with America 250. Like even if that's a QR code that gets them to the website with all the resources on it, you know, something very simple. Not everybody's going to use it. Not everybody's going to look at it, but there will be some people that
There'll be
will.
some. I mean, I got a lot of hits on it because the nice thing about the QR codes is they tell you how many times you get hits.
Yeah.
So that's been the beauty.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess timeline wise, are we going to want to try to get majority of these things happening, I guess, to coincide from now into 2026? That one to go?
Depends on the research for that. How long? What's the turnaround time that they gave you to making the sign?
Well, we'll get a definite word from the Pope Foundation about funding next month.
Next month.
So once we know that, they can. I mean, Warren made that up the day after I called him and asked if he'd make one up. So, so he can turn them out, you know, whenever we want them. And if we're going to deploy them war by war, then, you know, we've got, that gives you focus, because like we know there are 22 from World War I. So, and some of them we know it's a long shot to get a photograph of them, but we could concentrate on those and then get those printed first.
Will you be able to get that list together to provide to him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've already got that list. We've
Okay.
got that list.
We have to
So-
keep in mind too, with the American Legion, their date of what they want to do with that monument as well.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good chance for us to work together in producing
We can sneak
something.
into a lot of places, spread the wealth, instead of doing one big.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I thought.
Yeah, we're doing something all the way leading up to the fireworks. Or I guess that's kind of what we can decide on is what's going to be a similar event for Vance County. Are we going to do the fireworks and do a lot of things that lead up to it? Or are we going to try to do something like have the 1776 production, if we can get that up from Ritter Hall? Is that something that this board?
I think if we're trying to, some of the stuff's just gonna take a little while. I wouldn't put a time frame on it. At least you've got that for July 4th, which is never on July 4th. We have to figure out what the date is.
Yeah, the
Right.
weekend before or after.
It's never on July 4th. And we don't know the monument, that could end up running long. They want to get it done by July 4th, but they may not get it
I
done
think
till
it's a
August.
stretch,
Mhm.
but they may. You never know.
Right.
It all depends on whether they find someone who really
Well,
supports it and
I
gives
think
them
we
the
should just have an
funding.
open time frame
sure,
and try to, get it in 20.
some of this stuff together for that.
Okay.
An awesome way to honor these veterans,
Yeah.
and even, I would go so much as say we should have even a parade of some kind of something for that. It's gonna be big. This is a big thing for Henderson, what they're doing, with that monument, and then adding these. This speaks volumes for our veterans and where we belong as Vance County is part of the
Does Vance County
250.
do any parades?
The Christmas.
There's a Christmas
thing is the next
parade.
one.
I've never been to the Christmas parade here.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Oxford is doing a Veterans Parade on the 8th. If you're thinking about doing a Veterans Parade, I'm gonna be there to watch, I'm gonna be in it,
Mhm.
but copying the local county to see what they do, what you
To see
like, what you
that-
don't.
right,
I'm just
right.
saying that they are definitely having a parade on the 8th. Because you won't see another one for a year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, for us to really focus on making this 2026 a big year, incorporating the schools, having the bands, the different things that they do. There's chorals, there's so much that we don't
The problem is
utilize
there
through our
is already
schools.
so
It's
many things
much
scheduled.
going. Mhm.
Every single American Revolution reenactment in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia are already set in stone their dates.
Yeah.
North Carolina's got a very busy schedule. Because I hit a lot of that stuff this year to see what, they were testing out what they were gonna really do for the because 2026, it's the big one.
Mhm.
So different reenactments, Lexington and Concord they had in Virginia. That was fantastic, I gotta say. If you've never been to the Battersea Plantation, Virginia, I recommend it highly.
So I guess getting to a little bit more of the formal meeting things. Formal meeting things. How frequent would everybody be able to meet? Monthly, quarterly? What would work well for the group?
Frankly, if we're gonna get these things moving, you're
Yeah,
gonna have to have weekly meetings at least for the next 6 weeks. And some people are gonna have to get serious. Somebody's gonna have to go talk with people at the McGregor Hall. I'll get together. I will make a complete set of what we have already about the veterans. But I'm not sure whether young people are going to be able to track down photographs like that. I think that's something that you're going to have.
but my agenda is packed.
Is what
I'm packed.
right now?
Yeah, this is, especially November is the Veterans Month. I have so many things to do. Appointments already, and then I have reports the entire month of December and January. And then I free up a little bit in February. But the DAR is you're just packed at this period of time. The reports are all due for everything, the whole year.
There's something in here on your National History Day that said it was going to be about the Revolution, Civil War and Reconstruction, and civil rights.
Yeah, I forget the theme. They change the theme on a yearly basis. And that theme is kind of, it can be very flexible, I would say, with that. So, but yeah, they really wanted to focus in on the 250.
Yeah, and America 250 gives us some things that we can couch some of the stuff under as well. So the three themes that they give are gathering voices, visions of freedom, and common ground. And a lot of what we discussed would fit under the common ground,
Right.
Because that talks about draft and military service.
What is that you're looking at?
This is the America 250.
Okay.
This came down from, I got this from the website, the planning guide for the America 250. It's at North Carolina.
So can you send that to us
Yes,
by
sir.
email to all of us?
I'll send it to everybody. So y'all and I can have a look at it. So we want to try. I know you, Ms. Blackwood, you said every week, but that might be a monthly. But monthly.
You're never gonna make the schedule if you do monthly.
Oh, so you want to think of the more?
No, I'm just saying you're not
frequently?
gonna, the agenda is too great. If you're gonna do monthly, what does that leave us? December.
We do near November, December, yeah. And then we got the holidays. So that makes sense. Always makes things a little bit hard.
Well, can we do it this way? So, Hartwell Wright's got the Veterans Memorial. There's nothing we have to do about that.
Right.
Historical Society can handle the banners, and the booklet and the book. We were already planning to do that.
Right.
And I'll talk with the people at the library about, adding on their website, things like the local events and whatever resources. And if you have resources from the DAR that ought to be added on.
I have resources, I'm just not sure exactly what you'd like.
Okay. And then who's willing to go talk to the people at McGregor Hall?
I will.
Okay. And see what they're willing to do.
Do you have a list of churches to approach?
In that booklet, each one of them is listed, where each of them is buried is listed.
Okay,
So,
and that's just the burial,
yeah.
not the church itself.
No.
Many burial grounds are not attached to churches.
Oh, correct.
Right.
Right. But the ones that are connected with churches, it shows that
Okay,
in our booklet. So,
I can do the churches.
oh, okay, great.
We have a huge church program
Okay,
that our chapter does, so we have pretty good in with that.
great. Okay, I will get you a complete set of the book
Yeah,
too.
we can do.
I'll get you a complete set.
All right.
Here's this. Here's my card. I don't know if you need it or
When I
not.
speak to someone at McGregor Hall, what
Yeah.
time frame are we looking at to request anything?
By July 4th, and they may have already set their schedule. They probably have already set their schedule for the whole year.
Right.
But just go see what you can do. Maybe they can take it on as an extra thing. And as I said, maybe they can do it as a local production. Now, I don't know how much that costs
Quite a bit of money.
to do.
Yeah, because you didn't go to the Third Provincial Congress, in which they reenacted, they brought in a bunch of actors to reenact the Third
Well,
Provincial Congress.
he also brought up the movie and.
Right.
Yeah.
Actors because the North Carolina American 250 actually paid for that, for those
But I mean,
actors
if
to actually
they-
come in.
If they did it as the Henderson Rec players, which are very good.
Right.
If they took on doing it, see if that's a possibility. And I don't know, obviously they have to rent costumes and stuff like that. I don't know how much that costs to do that. But there are some resources. Obviously, we've got this 10,000, but the library has a foundation that, might be able to contribute to that.
Mhm.
So if they say we can't do it because we don't have the money to do it, if all they're saying is, it's too late to do it now.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I heard that she had gotten the 10,000 because the grants had closed.
Mhm.
They had closed in March. They were done. I think it was the last day of February, 2025. And then she made the big announcement like a month ago, and I'm like, well, all right, maybe she knows somebody.
Well, you know, I'll
Do
check
you
on
have a
that.
card, contact information?
I- Don't have a card with me.
Okay.
No.
All right, so, but are you on this?
I'm on the
Email?
calendar email, yeah, and
Okay.
probably the other email as well. I mean, I have an electronic card, but I don't think people do that.
What's your email address on the?
thall@vch.k12.
I'm gonna have to write it down. I don't see it on the trail.
T Hall, it's not on this list.
Yeah, it's not on this list.
T Hall at
VCH.
VCH.
Dot K12.nc.us.
thall@vch.k12.nc.us.
Correct.
Okay.
What is VCH? I thought it was VCS.
Oh, VCS, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's late in the day.
.nc.
.us.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
And all of you were on the calendar invite, I assume. Like I
I
got a
was on-
calendar.
Yeah, but not everybody's on the calendar, so. Like you got the agenda, and I copied the website on here because it says on this agenda, which is a radio station, that they are the ones that are gonna continue to post for us the agenda, is the radio station.
Okay. Interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So just making sure I got everything right. So Miss Ryan, you're gonna be contacting McGregor Hall. And Miss Harrison, you're gonna be doing church outreach.
I'm doing church outreach.
Yeah, church and the banners and the book. Okay. All right. And meeting frequency, we still have time to nail that. Is it weekly?
I think we should try to go close in the beginning, and then we can spread out once
Right.
we actually get a good handle on it.
Okay. Put that down. So does this time work for everybody?
Work for me.
Okay, so I'll schedule another meeting next week at this time. And we'll to be determined the location. Let's see.
What are the possible locations we will meet at?
Either we'll meet here
Right.
or we may, I guess, yeah, we probably could meet at my location, 326 South Garnet Street. I have a conference room and I think that'll suffice. I believe this is a
South Garnet
small
Street.
group.
We have a conference room at Triangle North in Garnet Street Station,
Yeah.
which also has a bunch of historical displays about the history of the railroad here
Oh, that'd
that
be
you might
interesting.
like to
Yeah,
see.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, so those could be the two meeting locations.
So Thursday,
So what's your location?
Garnet Street Station, 208A.
I don't think I've ever been in there.
It's 208A, Suite A,
208A, Suite.
Garnet Street, and it's Triangle North Healthcare Foundation.
Oh, that's right. I called you there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a problem with the location, we can also meet at the Vance County Schools District Office.
Okay. Well, we would just make sure we want to have somewhere where we can actually provide a recording of this on YouTube so folks can see this as a public meeting and we keep a record of it.
And we have that.
You can do that as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing next Thursday? Is that what we just
Yes.
decided?
Yeah,
Mhm.
next Thursday, same time, 4 to 6. And I'll update that calendar invite with the information.
Somewhere.
Yes.
All right, I'm writing down somewhere.
Somewhere, it'll be a.
I have a conflict then. I'm doing a history of Vance County for the church, their staff. It's an all-day thing.
Okay,
So, but I figure by 4 o'clock, they may be tired out. I may be too. So,
well,
but
you're important to be here, so,
Yeah.
because I hear that someone's gonna nominate you to be chair.
But yeah,
No,
that's
I've
what-
already
that's-
got the nomination
Yeah,
in
that's,
and
this,
I
that's,
No,
think,
this is what
no,
I
no.
think
we're
I
about to go
heard
back to that
Angie
right now. This
seconded
is
it.
the last
You
piece of
seconded it?
business.
I second.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
The last piece of business is us, is who's gonna be the chair.
yes.
Also, I guess you got 2 votes for you.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, fine.
All in favor?
I haven't had enough feathers in my hat yet, right?
All right, and then I guess vice chair, anybody nominate?
Chair, all right, how about vice chair? I
Um,
nominate,
oh, no, Angie,
Miss-
why don't you?
you want to be vice chair, would you?
Why don't you be vice chair?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, I have no idea what I'm doing, you should know, what's right alongside of me.
We should,
Okay,
work
vice-
very well
yes,
as one,
yes.
then, right?
That works.
And I guess then secretary is the last thing we need. You do that one, Blackburn.
Are you taking notes?
Well, I'm just doing it now, for now. I'm gonna pass these
Oh.
responsibilities.
I do not want to be
Pass this
secretary.
on.
Take all the notes.
Yeah, my handwriting's not the best.
Yeah, I
When
have
you-
to
when
agree.
you
My
type them
handwriting's
up,
not the
they're gonna
best.
look great.
Yeah.
I think you'll be great.
Yeah, be secretary.
All right.
Good, okay.
Yeah, I'll be.
Yes.
They'll be recorded as well, so.
Mhm.
All righty, that's it. I guess, now we, any new chair, any closing remarks for us?
I wish us all the best of luck.
All right.
There's no hard feelings if anybody's busy or whatever. We all support each other.
That's right.
Remember to volunteer, just to remind everybody the job I already did.
And can we get an email chain started, maybe?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, just, that's sometimes much quicker to use emails.
Absolutely.
I am all for that.
So,
Yeah.
I'll go back
And
to
I
that.
text.
Yeah.
So if
Text
anybody
chain
has a
might-
problem, you can text